Hi, welcome to Learn with me, Mrs. Sullivan. Today we continue investigating a math big idea about even and odd numbers. This is lesson 2. You should have already done the math big ideas even numbers investigation. Today it's odd numbers addition investigation for math big ideas. Your teacher will be sharing a Pear Deck lesson with you. So you may be working on your own or with the teacher controlling the pace of the lesson. If you're working on your own, remember these audio links are here for you to hear the question or additional information while you're working. You'll always know it's a drawing slide if at the bottom you see the little pear and the easel and the paintbrush and the colors, and that lets you know you're going to draw on that slide. At the beginning of this lesson, you're going to have a few moments to investigate what happens when you add two odd numbers together so you can predict what do you think is going to happen during this whole lesson. Use your real-life red and yellow circle counters and explore on your own. You can have about 2 minutes. You'll need to pause the video and then start it again. Then it's going to be in time to investigate the question using certain numbers. Here is a reminder. I always use my red counters first, just like I would on my Rec and Rec. On our Rec and Rec, we pull out the red counters first. So when we're using our red and yellow counters, we're going to use our red counters first just to help keep our brain organized. So we take the red out first. The yellow counters are reminding us of another important thing to do whenever we're using counters. I arrange my counters in a way that helps me subitize. So I want to always arrange those counters in a way that's going to help me to subitize. I can see my red counters are arranged in a 5. And it's the kind of 5 I would see on a dice or a dot cube. And that's super handy to use, and it will help you when you're playing board games that use dice to get those dots and their order memorized in your brain. The yellow counters are showing me a 5 and a 2. So it's easier to subitize, and I can put those together, 5 and 2, 7. That's going to help me out as I'm drawing my counters on my Pear Deck slide or using my real life counters in front of me. So I know exactly like that how many I have. I'm going to subitize to visualize how many. So you're going to have a question about adding two odd numbers together. This question is what happens when I add the two odd numbers 5 and 7. You're going to show on your Pear Deck, starting with the red, getting out the crayon, sizing it, the size to make a dot that looks a lot like a counter, tapping it down, and creating the first number. Remember, this is just to keep us organized and help communicate with your teacher which one is which. So our first number that we see here, we're going to do in red. So we have 5, and then we have 7. And I've subitized the 7 again as a 5 and a 2. Then I want to investigate if this comes out even or odd. So I want to give them a partner because even numbers have a partner. That's a group of 2. And odd numbers will have one odd one left out. So after I've drawn my counters, I need to put them into groups or pairs of 2. So I may use my draw tool to put a line to join my 2 numbers together. Or I might choose to make a circle around the dots that I've created here to see, do they come out even or are they odd? Is one left over? What happens? After I've done that part, I'm going to circle either even or odd. The sum is even or the sum is odd. You choose what color you want to use when you circle what you discovered during the investigation question. At the end of your math investigation are 2 very important slides. This will help your teacher see inside your brain to what your thinking is. The first question is, what did you discover? When I added two odd numbers, the sum was. What did you discover as you went through these activities? The second one really helps your teacher see inside your thinking. Explain what is happening in your own words or drawings when you add the two odd numbers together. What is happening? You can do a words, drawings, or you might choose to do a diagram that has drawings with words to really explain your thinking. We're excited to find out what you have discovered. Thank you for watching Even and Odd Numbers Lesson 2, our odd numbers and addition investigation for our math big ideas. And as always, thanks for watching Learn with me, Mrs. Sullivan.